a short warm up, a cool down, or a full practice in itself. If maybe this is a day for a little bit of rest, relaxation, you want to get the body a little bit stretched out, moving. All right. We're going to have an optional block and a strap in this practice. You are welcome to use them or not. I'm going to show you both ways. But as we start, I'm going to grab the block if you have it. Feel free to substitute anything else, maybe a pillow, a book, whatever. You're going to lay on your back. And we're going to come to a reclined bound angle pose. So the soles of your feet will come together, the knees will open up wide. This block is going to go underneath your feet. And it's going to be hard to find the exact location, maybe by just tossing it down there like I did. I recommend doing it the long way so that you've got more room. And then you can just grab it with your feet and move it around. Your heels can be as close into the body as is comfortable. The outside edges of your feet are resting on that block. Let the shoulders roll up and down. Open the arms out wide and the hands down, somewhere midway between straight down and straight out. And then you're going to let the elbows stay on the floor and you're going to bring your palms in and just let them rest on your low belly. Close your eyes. Take 3 deep, slow breaths. Inhaling deeply. Exhale, let that breath go softly. Again. One more breath. Now let your breath move to a little more natural rhythm, maybe not quite so deep for this practice. You have some options. But as you draw that breath in and down, let your belly start to fill. And as you exhale and that breath moves back up and out, very gently begin to draw your low belly back towards your spine, up towards your rib cage, so you're squeezing that breath up and out. As you inhale, let go of any of that tension that you created in your belly so that the muscles get soft and they relax and there's more room to expand through the ribs, through the belly. Take one more breath here. Let your eyes open, bring the knees back together. You're going to move that block out of the way. And as you draw the knees in, open them out wide. Let the soles of your feet point up towards the ceiling. Grab the outside edges of your feet. Happy baby. You can stay right here in the center and just hang out here. Or if you'd like, you can add a little side-to-side rocking motion. But as you're here, I want you to notice your tailbone. Is it curling up off the floor, or is your upper body curling up off the floor? You want your spine to be as long here as is possible. You're not going to force anything, but see what happens if you point the tailbone down towards the base of the mat. You're not trying to arch your low back up off the floor, just trying to even things out. Give this just a couple more breaths. Now let that left foot come to the floor, and then this is where you can grab your strap. And you can take the strap over the ball of your foot as you extend the right leg up towards the ceiling. If you don't have a strap or you don't want to use it, you can just grab either behind the thigh, behind the calf. You can grab your big toe. But please make sure that your shoulders are relaxing down behind you. Remember that breath as you exhale. Gently pull the low belly back towards your spine, up towards the ribs. And as you do, you're going to extend the left leg long and pretend that you're pressing the left foot forward against a wall. So the left leg is somewhat active. And then if you have the strap, you're going to push that foot against the strap as you gently pull back. If your hands are behind your calf or your thigh, just going to add a tiny bit of resistance. Not looking for a lot of activation, just a little bit. One more breath. Now that right leg is going to open out to the right. Keep the left side of the pelvis here steady and flat on the floor. Keep pressing the left leg forward as though you're pressing through the left foot. And you're going to have that little bit of resistance still going on in that right leg. Slowly bring the right leg back up to center and we'll switch. So the right foot comes to the floor, the left leg extends up. So either the strap over the ball of the foot or you reach behind the left leg and gently draw it in, remembering that your shoulders are relaxing against the floor. Breath is slow and steady, inhaling into a soft belly. And as you exhale, gently pulling the low belly back and up. So we're adding a little bit of activation to the stretch, to the breath. Extend that right leg long, pushing against that imaginary wall, resisting with the left leg just a bit. So just like the breath, there's that slight bit of activation as we stretch. Now the left leg is going to open up to the left, and now the right side of the pelvis stays steady. Don't let it tip up and over. Keep the right foot pressing forward. Keep the left leg just a bit active. Keep the breath inhaling into a soft belly, exhaling low belly back and up. Slowly bring that left leg back to center. And then you're going to bring both feet to the floor, about hip width apart, maybe a little bit farther apart. I'm going to work a little bit of bridge pose. So you're going to reach the arms down long. We're not really going to use the arms that much here, so they can be a bit relaxed. But let the shoulders reach back. Press through the heels. Start to lift the hips. Point your tailbone down towards your knees. Imagine someone is trying to pull your knees away from you. Now you're going to squeeze your inner thighs in towards center. Try to lift a little higher. Keeping the feet planted strongly. Imagine pulling out through the outer thighs. Lift a little higher. Squeeze them in and out. Going back and forth here for one more breath. It's a subtle movement. Now let your hips come back to the floor. You're going to bring your feet a little bit closer together and then take your right ankle to your left knee. Press into that left foot. You're lifting back up into bridge again. The right knee is opening out and the right knee is pulling away from your right shoulder. All those same actions are going to happen. Tailbone points down towards your knee. And you're going to press to the foot, lift. Let the hips come down. Keep the legs where they are. And then you're going to pull the left leg in. You can reach behind the left thigh or in front of the left shin. Keep actively pulling the right knee away from the left shoulder. I mean, the right knee from the right shoulder. It's not a huge activation. It's just light, like everything else that we're doing. Give it another breath. Now let the left foot come to the floor. Keep the right leg where it is and let this whole configuration fall to the left. Your right knee is pointing up towards the ceiling. Your arms can open up wide. Both shoulders are on the floor. Big breath in this little spinal twist. Little outer hip stretch. and then bring it back to center. We're going to switch sides. So the right foot comes to the floor, left ankle to the right knee. Press up into your bridge pose. Strong press through that right heel. You want to make sure the right glute is turning on. Knees are pulling away from the shoulders. Tailbone points down towards the knees. Strong press and lift. And then lower it down. Draw the right leg in. All right, the right foot is going to come back to the floor, and your figure four is going to fall to the right. Start to bring it back to center. Pull both knees in, give them a squeeze, and then you're going to roll over for your left side and come up to tabletop. Cat-cow. As you inhale, let the belly drop, tailbone rises, crown of your head lifts up. Exhale, tuck your tail, tuck your chin, push the floor away with your hands. Follow your breath now. Letting the spine move slowly through extension and flexion. Just a couple more rounds, and if it feels good to add any movement side to side, back and forth, let that happen. When you finish this breath, you're going to come back to neutral. You're going to lift up onto your knees and take your right leg out to the right. I'm going to turn and face you just so you can see better. I'm going to do a little gate pose. So your right heel is roughly lined up with your left knee, and the right toes are pointing away to the right. Press down through that left knee, reach up through the left hand. The right hand is going to reach out to the right. You don't want to press on your knee, you're just going to reach down that leg. Big side stretch. Bring it back to center. Let the left hand come towards the floor. It doesn't have to come all the way, but it should feel like a counter pose. This one should feel easier. Bring it up, switch sides. So now on the right knee, a left leg opens out. Reach down through that right knee, up through the right fingertips. Left arm reaches out to the left. Big side stretch. Bring it back up through center. The right hand's going to come towards the floor now. Stretching the left arm over. All right, now from here, back through your tabletop, moving to downward facing dog. If you prefer, go to child's pose. Take your hips back towards your heels, reach the arms forward. But if down dog feels better right now, press it up. Take all the time you'd like. Maybe walk the heels out. Maybe lifting and lowering heels, shifting your weight side to side. Feeling this one out. Maybe you just want to find your dog and breathe here. One more breath. And then slowly, you're just going to begin to walk your feet forward towards your thumbs, coming to a forward fold. Feet stay about hip distance apart, knees bend. Lengthen your spine, bringing your belly towards your thighs. You can let the head and the shoulders round forward a bit, maybe even tucking the chin in towards your chest. Please just pay attention to your low back here. That's really increasing the stretch on that part of the spine. One more breath here. Now you're going to take your feet and just heel toe them out a little bit wider. The toes are going to point out and the heels in. And you'll start to lower your hips down for a malasana squat. So if I turn to face you, you see theoretically heels are on the floor. If they're not, it's okay. Or you can take a blanket, cushion, something put underneath. Wherever you are, low belly pulls back and up, spine pulls long. If possible, the elbows, the upper arms press into the knees, the upper legs. Another breath. Maybe here, feel this one out. Once again, this one can be an overstretch of the lumbar spine if you're not careful, but you can take the arms forward, letting the upper back round, the chin tuck forward. From here, you're going to lift back into your forward fold. So press into the feet, straighten the knees, straighten the feet. They may be a little wider here than they normally would be in a forward fold. That's okay. Remember to bend the knees, keep the spine long. Give it one more breath. And then inhale, deeply bend your knees. Exhale, press the soles of your feet, lift through your low belly to rise up. Reach the arms up, big stretch. Now, you're either warm and ready to go, or you're cool down, ready to hit the showers, or maybe that was your practice for today. Either way, namaste.